What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the simulator. Welcome back to the channel, Turbo Talon Golf on YouTube, where you will be able to witness a large gorilla swinging golf clubs to play a video game in his garage. It's Monday, the 29th of September, 2025. I just got home from work, did some chores and changed. I gotta get my reps in for the day. And I see that Flying Fat Kids Crazy Fun League has renewed. It is Monday. Drive for dough and putt for show at Elsham Golf Club. Yep, it's kind of tough when you put a S next to an H because it can go one of two ways, right? 8-foot gimme auto putt, yellow tees, Friday. Pins, green firmness is normal, fairway firmness is links. Not firm, links. And then your stimp's 11 and we don't hardly have any wind. I have dialed down my graphics settings to 1440 by 1080. I can't guarantee what this is going to look like, but I don't like when my streams lag. So there you have it. I just slapped a new grip on the Sim 2. I use the air compressor method, so the dry time is not a thing. I'm not warmed up. Hopefully I don't throw a rod or break anything. I can definitely see some reduced graphical fidelity here. Let's make sure everything's cranked up to full. It looks pretty bad. Sure, we can crank draw distance up to max now. Basically, we've gone from I would say a medium end PC game to a maybe PS2 graphics. So there you go. Super short par 4. We got OB on the right, and that's my miss, so let's play some golf here. We're probably not going to go 273. We might go that far. Guys, these graphics are abysmal. I would say abysmal at best. That's all you're going to get out of me off the tee, no warm up. Oh yeah, these graphics are bad. Okay, anyway. 220, let's call it 225. I'm not warmed up. Let's just hit this club here. 50-degree wedge. Not bad. Let's two putt for par and move on to the next hole. What did I say the total course length was? Beep. 66,000 yards. Breaker. It's breaking mostly to the left. Let's aim in that region there. That was close to being a birdie. .328-yard par 4, super short par 4s here. If we could get onto the pin. What is this one doing? This one looks like it doglegs slightly right. We should be fine. Okay. I knew it was going to do something. I didn't know it was going to do the something that badly. Let's see if we can't get out of this. What do we got here? A punch shot maybe? Through the tree. Everything's got colliders. The best we could really hope for is maybe up there, about 90 yards. Okay, that ball's all over the place. I think we might be in a worse position than we originally were. Let's, it's really impossible to know where you are or what you're doing, so let's just hit something here. More shenanigans. Let's get out of this hole as quick as we can. Mistakes were made. Okay, that ball just barely stopped moving. Pretty bad misread there. 16 feet up. All right, what's that, a triple? Yeah, okay. We'll be all right, we'll get it back. This course doesn't seem too terribly difficult, right? It's about getting the reps in. Let's get some reps in. Am I just not seeing where I'm aiming here, or what's going on? What do we got? 130 to the hole. Might need to stop hitting driver. For some reason I keep parking it in the trees. Looks like Flying Fat Kid's picked another ringer here. Elsham. Pretty protected fairways. Greens are tiered. Okay, playing some rookie level golf here. Let's get up the thing here. Up. What do we got here? 35 playing like 50 something. That was really weird. I don't know why it jettisoned over like that. HLA was fine. Okay, I think that's 2 in a row. We got some work to do here. I think any real chance of scoring low is kind of out the window right now, but let's just continue to get these repetitions in. Graphics are abysmal. $230, huh? $260. $14 feet. Okay, that'll help a little. Let's get a couple more of them. Two hundo, 7 wood. Slightly breaking putt, not that much. 21 feet. 150. It's slightly downhill. We got some bunkers covering the grain here. Covering down for the grain. We're a little short-sighted, 11. It's about the best you could expect there. Tiny little grain. We're certainly not hitting the lob wedge again. Too close. We'll see if there's something going on between the fairway and the green here real quick. We'll notice real quick. .295 yard par 4. Not a great hole to hit driver on, it doesn't look like. Let's hope that comes back around. Very strange shot shape for the 7-wood. Ball deflected off of nothing. Let's see, what do we got left? 105 yards. Deep rough, we need more club than that. Flying Fat Kid says, "You got this." A lot of trees here, man. You know how to pick them. 40 yards in. Okay, guys, we got another tiered green. If you don't get it up near where the flag is, you've essentially wasted a stroke here. This might be wide enough to hit driver, but you can see there's a lateral hazard. I'm gonna have to switch back to my normal graphics settings in between rounds here because this is terrible. Yep, at least there's no fences around the greens. I think that was a sky ball. It's pretty unfortunate. I don't really hit those on the real golf course, and this is a par 4, so I think we just bought a bogey. Oh, this is deep rough. I can't hit a 3-wood out of the deep rough. Well, shit. Okay, we might have just bought a double bogey because you can't hit a very long club out of this lie. It sucks. It is what it is. If you're going to try to get up here, you better hit the ball. You better get every bit of that ball. We're going to lose 25%. We should be fine. There's your recovery shot out of the deep rough. Let's see what we got left in. 130. Well protected green. I don't know what the slope is on this course, but I would imagine, I don't know. I've been wrong a lot about that lately. Okay, that was gonna go way left. Just stay out of the water. Let's take our medicine and go home. You guys are gonna lose a lot of golf balls on this course in real life. Bring a box of balls. Bring you a box of golf balls here, in addition to what's already in your bag. Take your bogey, go home. 168, a little bit of wind. Let's counter for the wind a little bit and stop coming over the top of the ball, and we should hit a golf shot. All right, we should have an easy par here. You are not going to make many 16-foot putts up a hill breaking to the left. Pins cut into a strange spot for the tees, or it says we're playing Friday pins. That's a strange spot for a Friday pin. What the hell do I know? 16 playing more than that. 16 playing 21. And then the ball goes past the hole by a mile. Okay, easy par to easy bogey. Maybe we can get this in the hole. I don't see the grid anymore. GS Pro, you guys, if you haven't heard me say it a million times already, GS Pro is a glitchy mess of a piece of software. I don't know where my grid lines went. Let's see if we can get this in. Probably not at 11 feet. All right, we got her. Flying Fat Kid says the course was made in 1900. So basically, based on last night and today's round, I don't like old golf courses. They're nothing but trouble. They're just made to piss you off. Okay, let's see here. I don't hit that far. This must be a par 5. This is a long one. We got to keep this out of the trees. Guys, we're just in here getting reps. I have not been having a good time in the simulator. It feels like a chore. And it's just not, it's a lot of it's the software, but we could do a lot worse. We could be playing the, can I hit out of the semi-rough with a 3-wood? Yes. We could be playing like Unicore software, like it's pretty bad. Squares software, I think they're trying. Healy mess of a shot. Let's see if it'll stay out of the bunker. It will not. We might have been able to score there. 500-yard par 5, but we're probably looking at a par or a bogey now. I don't remember what the penalty is out of these bunkers. I think it's minimal. I don't know if that's the green. It says it is. So we're on in 3. We should be putting for a birdie, which means we should get out of here, hopefully with a Parsky. Oh, we got her. That's 3 birdies in this round, and we're still 5 over par, if you can believe that bullshit. Jolt Hammer is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you in one of my chats. Jolt says, thanks for the review of the club keyboard. What he means is this thing. It's what I use to control my shots and adjust stuff. Pretty neat piece of hardware. You're welcome. You're welcome, good sir. I do what I can, and that ain't much. Okay guys, we got a 350-yard par 4, certainly a scoring opportunity if we can manage to keep the ball where it needs to be. We're playing in the simulator, we're always playing a bit of a slice / fade. Not my shot shape outside. Shots outside are pretty much straight down the fairway. Pretty much nuked. But there's something about my swing this launch monitor does not like. I'm guessing Margaritaville, unless we can get out. We got out. No margaritas. 250-yard drive, not terrible. Probably at this altitude. Flying Fat Kid says club keyboard is awesome. Here's how glad I am I did Bluetooth over wired. Can you see that? See that wire? That's how glad I am. Like I'm just oozing with glad. Okay, rough. It was a waste of money. Let's see. Get left. All right, we should be able to get out of here with an easy par. We want to keep the damage to a minimum. We had a couple of rough holes. We've had 3 birdies, but we've had a couple of rough holes. One was one of those stump the dummy greens where if you didn't hit it exactly hard enough, it rolled back down. Type of crap you see on like at the Masters. Okay, we got 31 feet here. These greens are playing a little faster, I'd say, than the stated. They're claiming 11 stimp, but they're not playing 11 stimp. I will tell you that right now. They're faster than that, so just be careful. Be careful. Hazel Rocket Golf says, hey, Mr. Talon. Hey, Mr. Rocket. How are you? Okay, that was an unnecessary bogey. Greens are playing about 12 stimp. They're not playing 11. 180 to the pin. This is not really a shot I have in my bag, but we will adapt and overcome. Let's hit this club right here. Most of the danger is in the front of the green. But GS Pro will surely find some way to make our lives an absolute living hell here. Let's see. What'll it be? What have they chosen? Margaritaville? Yep. Okay, not a bad shot. It was flush. Let's see if we can get out for a par. Okay, guys, here's another thing you got to pay attention to in this dog shit software is this shows your balls sitting on the sand. That doesn't mean a damn thing. It's not that good a software. Sometimes this is a 50% penalty. 50% speed penalty. Sometimes it isn't. So if I play this as a 50% speed penalty and it's a 75 or a 25, I'm going over the back of the green. If I play it as a 50 and it is a 50, we should be somewhere near the pin, providing this isn't a miss shot. We'll see the numbers here. The rollout's irrelevant. But you check your numbers here. We got 7.1 carry, 15.8 carry. So that was a 50% bunker. Some of them aren't. Some of them are. We're not close enough though, and we're probably taking a bogey here. You're not going to make an 18-foot putt typically. Statistically, you're not going to. And remember, we're playing more like 12 stimp here. Okay, so I am on the far side of the bell curve for that shot. No, it is set for 11. It's just not playing 11. Take that from someone who plays way too much golf. You'll see when you play it. It's fast. It's no big deal, dude. Like, that's nothing you could even know about. 420 yard par 4. We're moving right along here. We got to get our reps in. We have a goal to achieve. I need to get in the teens handicap. I need to get in the teens. I'm currently at 20.5 handicap. And that's over about 40 or 50 rounds of golf outside this season. So I'd say it's pretty accurate. 170. I am close to getting in the teens. Golf is hard. We got some wind blowing to the right, we have some water to the right, and we got some OB behind the green. Looks like it might be okay. That was actually a golf shot. I don't know what this is. It's a par 4. Do I want to use my lob wedge or do I want to putt? I'm probably going to hit the lob wedge real soft because last time I putted out of the fringe, well, I'm not in the fringe, but last time I putted out of the fringe, it was for a round yesterday. There was some wacky collider, and I ended up getting screwed. Okay. Gotta love the acceleration from the pin there. .180. Didn't we just do this? Didn't we just do a 180 hole? Hey Tyler, don't think I've seen you in the chat. Welcome. I'm a 20 handicap on the real golf course. The simulator's It's not like the real golf course. You can see here, at least in the replay, you're always off a perfect lie. You can hit stupid clubs out of the rough that you wouldn't normally hit out of the rough. There's a whole slew of factors. But welcome to the chat. We're glad to have you. If you have any questions, let us know. If you don't appreciate very thick sarcasm and light cussing, this might not be the place for you. I came over the top again, as if you could come over the top with an iron, but it's possible. It says I came from in to out, but it was over the top. Flying Fat Kid says I'm the most improved golfer that he knows. Yeah, dude, I think I did a rough calculation and I've hit 55,000 balls this year. So hopefully something happens, right? Okay, we may have just bought ourselves a bogey. Let's see the green here. She's leaky to the right and uphill. Let's maybe hit right there. What was my HLA? HLA was no good. If you're playing par golf, that HLA is no good. If you're trying to play birdie golf, your HLA needs to be on point. Yeah, Tyler says he needs to step it up to 55K. There were some injuries in the beginning, but it's mostly been in here. I obviously haven't hit 50,000 golf balls outside. I can't even count how many dollars in range balls that would be. .230. So there's some remote chance of me going through the back of the fairway here. 370-yard par 4. You really got to ask yourself if it's worth it. And I don't know the answer to that question. I don't think driver's our club here, though. I don't really want to be through the back of the fairway. There's no guarantee that I won't be through the back of the fairway here, though, with a 5-wood. I don't know. He says what percent on the course. I've probably played an average of 2 to 3. I know 2 to 3 is not an average, but on my off Friday, I'll usually play 3 rounds. On my off Friday weekend, I'll usually play 3 rounds. And then on my normal 2-day weekend, I'll play 2 rounds outside. And I hit, what do I typically score in the high 80s, low 90s. So you'd have to do some math there. Clearly not enough. I should be at scratch by now, right? All right, we're probably up. I was gonna say we're up shit creek, but we actually got a good bounce there. Where'd we end up? We still got to go 204. Okay, so we just turned this into from a possible par to a probable bogey. Let's get something up in a useful area here. Maybe right there. I'm not comfortable with any yardage, so I'm going to hit a 7-iron. Does that work? Is that Golf Sidekick approved? yardage you're comfortable with. That's something people that are good at golf say. Yardage you're comfortable with. Lol. 55. That ain't gonna go 55. We'll have a couple of putts ahead of us. Maybe one putt and a gimme. We're leaking a little to the left. We're a little uphill and then flat. That's too far. Let's try that. And these greens are pretty quick. They're playing about 12 stemp. 33, playing 34. Okay. We're playing bogey golf here. Let's see. $270,000 million yards, 350 yard par 4. Certainly a scoring opportunity, but I'd say our driver's really making our lives hard right now. And I can't wait to move this projector back up to 4K because boy, oh boy, does this look like crap. That's, guys, that's not my shot shape in real life. I don't know what I'm doing to not satisfy this poor launch monitor, but we're no doubt taking another bogey here. I can't really see anything. There's really no way to fix it. It looks like there's a tree trunk on my right, though. I might be able to aim out. I don't want to hit any trees, though. So I basically have to lateral out. Let's take a sim drop here because there's no guarantee that I'm going to get even out of this crap. There we go. I've been given a stroke, so now we're guaranteed probably a bogey or a double. Take it for what it's worth. Use that whenever you think you need to. But in my case, it was certainly not worth it. Those couple of first rough holes were because of me trying to hit out of a tree, if that tells you anything. Ball striking is, I'd say 20.5 handicap today. It's not good. What do we got? 28 yards. Let's check our target because we can't see anything. We're sort of fine. If you guys are seeing this right now, I can get a heat map anywhere, but on the green I'm actually on. Dude, GS Pro is from another planet. 28 yards. So, Hazel, if you're playing a projector that's natively 1080p or natively 720p or whatever you're playing, it's going to look just fine. I'm running a 4K projector at 1440p, so I'm basically downscaled, and I can see the leaves are flickering because, you know, it's not a 1-to-1 pixel ratio. I'm sure yours looks fine running at its native resolution. It's when you go half resolution that stuff starts to look really bad. I mean, when I see your videos, I don't think the projection looks bad in your videos at all. It's just my dumb ass is running at half resolution. And that will change abruptly when this round's over. Okay, we're playing the slice. Let's strengthen up the grip and get our P's and Q's together here. And then that. So, guys, luckily we're playing on a course with adjacent fairways. But whatever that just was, we're playing a par 4. We still got 212 to go. We got water trouble, and we've got to clear a very tall tree. So what you do here is you hit a club that'll clear the tree and hope to the golf gods that you don't hit that Healy high nonsense again. What do I got that goes that high? Let's just hit the old 7-iron. What's a township meeting? Tyler says, do you have a setup video that runs through setup and what you use? No, I don't have any sort of a video like that, but those videos are pretty abundant. Sim golf's sort of niche, but it's not niche enough to where people are like hoarding information or anything like that. If you need any help, any of us would be more than willing to help you out. Okay, the recovery shot wasn't bad. Let's see if we can get close to the pin. I'd say the biggest crux of setting up a projection system with an enclosure like this is when you've got to go into your graphics cards control panel and set up a custom resolution, because if you got your projector running, whether it's running in 16 by 9 or 4 by 3 or 1 by 1, there's still some likelihood that you're going to have bars either on the sides or the top. So what you've got to go in and do is set up a custom resolution in your graphics cards control panel that makes it so your image fits exactly on the impact screen that you no doubt paid thousands of dollars for, right? You want to use every inch of that. No pun intended. Tyler, where do you live? Because I'm in northern Utah. I wouldn't say it gets as cold here as other places I've lived, but we're going to hit a 58-degree wedge here. 56 yards. We're just not getting close enough to the pin to get us any birdies right now. We were doing pretty good in the beginning. Well, we actually might be able to sink this, but it's for par. And we're going to have to aim. North PA. Yeah. I can't say I know how cold it gets there because I've never lived there. I don't think I've ever even been through there. I'm in my garage, and it's got 20-foot ceilings, and it gets kind of cold in here. But I got a big propane heater over here off camera, and I got another electric radiant heat one over here. Okay, I think Flying Fat Kids left the chat. He said there's a township meeting tonight, and I don't know what that means. So hopefully that was just meant for another chat or something. All right, guys, there's danger everywhere here. We've got OB on both sides of the landing area. If you hit driver here, you better be accurate. Hence the reason I'm hanging up the driver. I can handle a penalty stroke here and there, but 2 strokes for OB that's a good way to shit all over your scorecard. So let's just try to pop something down the fairway here with the 7-wood. I know I'm breaking bro code by not using driver off the tee, but you guys can have your 2 OB strokes. I'm not interested in them. Okay, 200 down, we got a $125 in, but we did not take a 2-stroke penalty. So I'd say that we're up 2 strokes already, right? My 125 club, I'm unsheathing it now. Nothing too weird going on. We just need a good strike on the golf ball here. Oh, that's right. Yeah, when I was in Ohio a month ago, he was talking about getting on the city council, so he must have made it onto the city council. Okay, so he's headed over to a meeting in real life. I thought he meant there was a township meeting for like the Ryder Cup crap we're doing or something. You guys, that's how dense I am. $29 feet. Oh, come on, Sally, hit the ball. You suck. Okay, guys, 9 over par. You could see we had a few birdies and a whole bunch of bogeys. We had these 2 triples right here. Some of it was GSPro glitchy, total absolute bullshit, and some of it was me, but there's your scorecard. Let's look at the stats here real quick. Nothing too bad. I just wish this didn't say that we had 2 doubles. That's it. 7 greens, 6 fairways, etc., so forth and so on. Let's restart GSPro because I cannot do these graphics anymore. Let's go ahead and exit out. Where's my graphics setting at, buddy? Which one was it? It's not that one. Is it this one? That's my only 4K resolution I'm showing. Is it this one? Tyler says 2 perfect shots. Yeah, the drive was a mishit, but I guess my definition of a mishit has changed a lot over the last 12 or 14 months. Tyler, you said you want to set up a sim. Do you have a budget? Do you have any idea what you're trying to play? GSPro, do you want to play something else? It looks like Hazel Rocket Golf League is at Tobacco Road. I absolutely love Tobacco Road. So thank you. It's hard and I'll probably regret my life, but I love Tobacco Road. We're playing green tees, let's call it 5,800 yards, soft greens, fairways are firm. Tournament's at 400 feet above sea level. We're playing 8-foot gimme auto putts and Thursday pins. Let's load this up. This ball's getting a little bit beat up. It happens. Tyler says he's on a bare bones budget, just started this year and he's addicted. Yeah, dude, golf is very addicting. Unfortunately, it's one of the most expensive sports I've ever partaken in. Okay, we're holding about 80 frames a second, uncapped. We'll see if things start getting glitchy here. Crushing it. Welcome to the chat. He says he started a par 3 SGT league recently. Come on and enjoin. Our handicaps are about the same, so might be some battles. There's no such thing with a battle, dude, as a battle with me. I suck. Okay. What's your league called? Oh, it's a par 3 league, huh? What's the league called? Okay, let me search. There it is. Crushing It's Executive and Par 3 Fun League. I had some bad news for you, my friend. Par 3s are not fun. They're actually the opposite. It's like getting a hot poker shoved up your butt. That's what par 3 courses are for me. Let's go ahead and join. It'll just give me more content to gripe about like a little bitch. Let's auto register. Register. Okay. If I wasn't already on my second round of the day, I would play your league next, but it should start showing up in my feed now. Just don't feel bad. I don't like par 3 courses. And that's because I suck at them, because they highlight all of the worst parts of your game. Okay, Crushing It says he's got 9-foot ceilings, so his sim likes par 3 courses. Okay, so you're not just a mean person is what you're saying. There's actually a rhyme behind the reason. Got it. I think we're at like 400 feet above sea level and we're hitting downhill. I might be able to get one off the tee here. That's a big no. What happened there? Healy trash. So now we got deep rough. Guys, that's one of those times when you just take a breakfast ball. a shitty shot like that off the first tee, tell your buddies you're taking a breakfast ball. If they have a problem with it, kick them in the nuts. Kick them directly in the scrotum bag. Let's try to get out of here. You obviously got to hit some sort of a lofted iron out of this lie or you're going to be in trouble. We were almost in Margaritaville. Let's check the numbers here because that ball was flushed. 154 carry raw, 119 carry in the launch monitor. As you guys know, Tobacco Road starts out with a par 5. Let's smash a ball down there. Let's hit the 3 wood, the 3est of woods. Ball's going to want to come off right. Give yourself a fighting chance. Did I hit another Healy shot? Dude, we're kicking our own asses here. And then I'm not going to hit out of this lie. Guys, this is a bad way to start out a round. See what I'm saying? That's some 20 handicap shit right there. Let's take a sim drop. Well, let's see if we can get out first. We are surrounded in trees. There is no out. I'm going to take a sim drop because I don't want to waste a bunch of strokes trying to get out of here. There we go. If you're not familiar with the sim drop, use it, love it. Don't abuse it because it costs you a stroke. 170. So Tobacco Road not starting off well, but the course is so lovely. Nice thin shot. Get up there, go, run. Okay. I think we're playing soft greens, 28 yards. Ball's going to want to come out a little left. Guys, we're having a real rough go here. We're having a real rough go. We'll get back though. So this is the 7th shot on a par 5, and we still got probably 2 to 3 putts left, including the gimme. It's breaking downhill. We need to play at about 28 feet. That should do. I think we had pretty healthy gimme circles. Okay, we just took a +3. That shouldn't happen too many more times. We had a really unfortunate drive and then a slew of other unfortunate events. Tobacco Road deserves your respect though. If you hit driver, you need to not. There's a tree on the left and some gunk on the right. I think Tobacco Road was the first officially licensed course on SIGPRO. All right, that was a stark contrast to the original drive on 1. Looks like we hit a little speed slot. That's much better. On Tobacco Road, I highly suggest you check your target and your heat map every time you're going into a green. You can see that the green has got a little low spot here where the pin is. So you don't want to come in too hot or you're going off the back. Yeah, it's about all I can tell you. We're 70 yards out. Just get the ball on the green and take your par and go home. Wasn't quite enough. Let's see if we can get up there in 2 putskis. I'm starting to set clubs in front of the keyboard. That is unauthorized. Okay, it's real leaky. Let's try that. 33 feet. All right, good putt. Not good enough for a parski. Let's try to keep the damage to a minimum here. We've got a little 109-yard shot, but you can see we really need to check the heat map. We're downhill. Let's look at our heat map. Low spot on the green. Right there in the middle. You would think it would almost funnel your ball toward the target, but we'll see. We will see. Okay, let's read this putt the best we can and get out of here with our par. It's pretty leaky. Pretty leaky. 19 feet. Oh no, just smoked. It didn't look like it was downhill. HLA was fine. The mini maps lost its mind as usual. GS Pro sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Where are we aiming? 250? Crushing It says nice shot. I appreciate it. It'll be the only good one all day. Okay, I can tell by the sound that made. It came off the crown. Let's see. That'll leave us some work to do. Guys, 2 things I don't do on the real golf course is I don't hit fly balls and I don't slice. Everybody leaves their club face open on occasion and hits the occasional slice, but on the real golf course, I would say pretty decent off the tee. Okay, we got to go quite a ways here. Left. There are other folks who gripe about the slice that for some reason only exists in the simulator, and then there's other folks who don't believe it exists. It's sort of like UFOs. There's some people that swear they exist, and there are other people that are like, no, I don't believe it. You just suck at golf. $120 into the pin on a par 5. 105. Let's check our heat map. Pin's on the back of the green. Crushing It says he hits 75% fairways in regulation. Oh, outside. Yeah, dude, that's almost exactly where I am. 260 to 270, but I'm at 4,000 feet above sea level. Yeah, and then in the sim, I don't know what happens. Like, I don't swing shallow enough to hit this curtain. Like, I don't know what it is, dude. It's crazy as shit, though. You got to always check your target here. Your target is apparently a tree branch. Yeah, I mean, congratulations for hitting 270 in Phoenix. Because you'd be hitting 4 to 5% further than that here. Say for some reason you came and visited me, your drives would go so far you'd shit your pants. You'd probably be hitting, depending on where we were playing, you'd probably be hitting about 290, 300. Okay, this break is real gross, guys. And this break occurs over 34 feet, so you really got to, like, imagine the shot shape. All right, we've just barely gotten to the point where we're no longer playing bogey golf. You got a 323-yard par 4. For those of you brave enough to try this shot, you've got to fly, you've got to carry 220. The last time I played, you actually have to carry quite a bit further than that because it's uphill. Last time I played Tobacco Road, probably the last 800 times I've played Tobacco Road, this always lands in this big waist area to the in front of the the green. I don't actually have Tourette's, although I probably cuss more than someone who has Tourette's. I'm just going to unload on this ball and see what happens. As you can see, that's drawing over, or that would have been the most bomb-ass shot ever that I've ever hit on here. Instead, I'm in the place I normally am. Carry was 270. Total distance would have been 300. But for some reason, my ball drew. If you guys can look at the replay here and tell me why my over-the-top shot with my closed club face caused me to draw, I'm open to suggestions. But it seems like GS Pro just does whatever it wants whenever it wants to do it. Let's see here. We're going to go left. Wind's blowing left. Check your target. It's all high. Just need to hit a good little shot out of here. It might be a 50% penalty. It might not. Roll the dice. Let's check the numbers. 50 carry in the game, 70 carry. 50, 70. Okay, so we weren't quite playing 50% penalty out of that waist area. Tyler says, does elevation affect your yardage that much? It's about 2% per 1,000 yards. So if you're used to playing at sea level, which would be your 0, your base, and you came up and played a round of golf with me, you'd be hitting 8 to 10% further because of my elevation, right? I'm at about 4,000 feet. So 4, right? 4 times 2 is 8. So you'd be playing 8 to 10. Let's call it 7 to 9. 23 feet, playing 26 feet here. Would have been nice to get a birdie, but we're holding strong at par here. And another thing you got to pay attention to, especially if you start playing sim golf, is the elevation counts in here. Because one day I'll be playing a course like a Sanctuary or something that's at like 7,000 feet of elevation, and then my ball will be going just off the back, right? And then the next day I'll play something at sea level and my ball won't be going as far, and I have to adjust for that, right? It's a small price to pay for having a simulator at your house, I guess. Okay, that was fat. We'll see what happens. Oh, that was so close. You guys can see that green is just tiny. I have hit it before on occasion, I believe, but it's just so small. We're probably looking at a 50% reduction here. So you need to pretend you're hitting a 20-yard bunker shot, and hopefully you don't end up in that other bunker. Let's check the numbers, but it won't show them. Okay, 8 carry, 17, 18 carry. So we lost 50% speed out of the bunker. This is not news. Hazel Rocket Golf's got a video where he does a pretty in-depth analysis on the stuff that happens in GS Pro for shot reduction, speed reduction. Okay, you can see we're going to go downhill here. If you get a hold of one, you're probably going to be in this muck up here. My advice here would be, unless you have pretty short driver shots, is to just hit something else. Hit a 5-wood or a 7-wood. But you should probably hit it in the correct direction. Let's see if we're okay. We might have an out. Oh, we're right behind a tree, if you can believe that dog shit. Here, I clearly have an out, but I don't have this shot in my bag. I can't draw a ball. So what you're doing here is you're taking a shot to get out. Let's just get out of here. So that's where I would have been on the first shot, but we've got to get really tight to the pin to not take a bogey here. So we'll probably be about 4 or 5 over after this hole. You got a tailwind 130. You guys, I can see that this is a tiered green. You want to make sure you get up on this green. If we go to the flyover here, you can see that we don't want to be low. I can see a tear. I can see a tear developing in my eye from that shitty shot. Okay, I digress. come on. Okay, that's not a bad shot. That's within about 30 or so feet of the pin, and it was flushed. Okay, there's your bogey. You're probably going to take a bogey on a par 4 if your tee shot lands behind a tree. Sounds pretty obvious, but some people just don't understand. We got a smidge of wind. There we go. That's drawing over. I think it's going to be, yeah, it's pin high. Ball's not doing anything weird. However, this putt is going to be quite a little adventure. I actually kind of like these putts because it's cool to see how close you can get to the pin, letting it roll down like skee ball style. This is going to break so hard. 33 feet playing almost nothing. What's up, Shankin' Birdies? How are you, man? All right, more decisions to make. You see we've got a pretty small landing area here. Let's go with the 5 wood. Okay, we're playing 150, maybe a little less than 150 because of the wind. So you're probably safe hitting your 150 club here. The lie and the wind both want you in this bunker though, so be careful. If you gotta aim over here, so you gotta chip on the green, do it. But you don't really want to be over in that other stuff. The problem is it's hard to judge what the lie is going to do to how your ball ejects. Okay, that should be a birdie and we need it. Number 10 at Tobacco Road. Decent sized landing area. I think you're safe to go driver. What are you doing at work today? Shankin' Birdie says he's working. So I asked him what he's doing at work. He might not want to talk about it. Some people don't like to talk about work. It's not going to leave us a very desirable shot. Still a good drive. Can't really hit much of shit out of the deep rough. You're basically looking at laying up, which stinks. 4 degrees right. Maybe I can get this to the grain here if I hit it hard enough. Stay out of that crap. Okay, guys, that'd have been a really good shot, but I must not have read that slope well enough. We'll get better. Green side bunker, your ball's gonna want to eject to the right here because of the lie down here in the bottom right of your screen. Okay. Take your bogey and go to the next hole. There's not a lot you can do when you hit in the deep rough. You can't really hit too decent of a shot out of a deep rough. You'll see some people on GS Pro hit like a 3-wood out of deep rough. It is what it is, but it's kind of cheating. 30. Get in that hole. Oh man, so close. Okay, take your bogey and move to the next hole. Yeah, I know you're a pipe fitter, man. I'm not, like, I remember some stuff. I was just asking what you were doing at work, because trying to make conversation. But let's see, he's working a 16-hour shift today, which sucks. I used to do that. Hopefully you get some time off. Shankin' Birdies was talking about, it was probably like a week or two ago, he was talking about going behind the operators at work, fixing their mistakes at the refinery, fixing the stuff they break. Okay, there's another pop fly. I won't comment. We should be in the fairway. Shankin' Birdie says he does hit a 3-wood out of deep rough. I would love to see a video of that, because I spend a lot of time on the golf course and I find that a bit hard to believe. This is a risky shot. You got to get it up too high. Let's try to hit this landing area right here. We got to carry 175 and it's uphill. So you're going to need quite a good shot here. Okay, good shot. 0 days since my last check engine light. Let's try to get tight to the pin and get a birdie here. Nope. Okay, we're looking at a par. Just was not able to get the distance with this club. That sucks, man. Let's get our par and get on out of here. Little uphill breaker. 17 feet. So it's going to be breaking over 17 feet. I kind of like that a little bit better. Take your par, go to the next hole. Just be glad you're only 4 over at Tobacco Road. All right, you got a 365-yard par 4. That's 1 yard for every day of the year. I don't hit 300. But if I only hit over here, I risk another bogey. So let's try this. I will put a good swing on the driver here and see if I can get the ball over in that other area. As you can see, it's probably not the greatest of ideas. Another sky ball, so we're probably going to end up being in that landing area that I was aiming for to begin with. That's just something I don't do on the real golf course. I don't know if it's the mushiness of the mat or whatever, but we still got 122 in. We're good to go. Ball's going to want to go left. And then I hit it right. Okay, we got to get close to the pin, or we're not getting out of here with a par, even though we had a pretty good drive. The drive was a miss hit. 17. Okay, I bladed it. We're probably looking at a bogey now. Double bogey. Guys, keep that handle when you're chipping. Keep that handle forward and keep your head down, or you're going to be in deep shit every time. Take it from me. Okay, we might have been okay. Now we have to navigate a really tricky putt here that goes uphill and then downhill. It's playing pretty far down there too, so we're probably looking at a double here. Okay, we did the best we could. That's a tricky putt. This is for bogey, and you're probably not going to drain many putts at 15 feet out, but we will try. Let's try that. Oh, wow. Okay, just took a bogey there. We're 5 over now. Driver's not really doing a very good job here. It's not the driver, obviously, it's the person swinging it. And that happens to be me. Yours truly. But since I don't have problems with driver outside, I generally don't take it too seriously in here. You should never take anything seriously in the simulator. It's a video game. That is going to unadulteratedly be wet. No? Oh shit, what is this lie? I think I see daylight. 200-yard drive, I think I see daylight. Can we hide this tree? Sort of. All right, we're on a good lie out of deep rough. I think I can get down there. Guys, if that ain't luck, I don't know what is. Holy crap. .92 in. I see some grain towers or something back here. We're up. We're up. We're up. We're playing about 95 yards. Okay, that ball parked. Let's see if we can get out of here with a par. Downhill, braking mostly to the left. I can't see my ball. Another weird glitch SIGPRO has. Don't ask me. I can't see anything. We do have a good amount of brake. And I need to hit about 17, 18 feet here. SIGPRO doing SIGPRO things. We almost got a birdie, but the ball rolled directly over the hole. 120 to the pin, playing about 115. Side wind. I would suggest you used the most accurate club you're familiar with here that feels good to you, or you're going to be in the water. All right, I think that was thin and heely, it felt like. Yeah. Right, ball's gonna wanna go right, that's fine. 23, let's get out of here. Really unfortunate shot. That's how you turn a par 3 into a bogey. What do we got here? Guys, we're 6 over par after 14 holes. I don't love it, I don't hate it. We have had ample opportunity to score here, and we have on some occasions, but mostly not. Mostly not, I would say. Another sky ball. It is all good. Let's see if we can land somewhere. No, we're going to be hitting out of waste. Is this a par 4? Yeah, guys, we're not going to recover from this. I'll do my best to get out. What do I got here? What can I even hit? I'll do my best to get out of here. Go 35. It's 35, but it's playing 33. Semi-rough for right. If we can sink this, we'll get out of here with a par after that pretty abysmal shot. Maybe that'll work. Playing about 11 feet here. We got it, thank goodness. $300-yard par 4, guys. If that don't make you lick your chops, I don't know what will. You'd have to go quite a ways through these trees. Let's give it a shot. Okay, that would have been a pretty like gnarly shot, but it hit the tip of the tree. You can see the carry was 256, total distance would have been 282, but we got it up the tailpipe pretty good from hitting the tip of that tree. Good shot though. 50 out of deep rough, that's probably out of the territory of a lot of clubs in the higher loft category here. And this ball is going to want to go absolutely nuke to the right. Which it did. And since we took a risk off the tee and it didn't pay off, we're probably looking at a bogey here, which is fine. We should still finish somewhere under 10 over. This is going to be a tough shot. Left. Ball's going to want to eject left. I don't know what just happened. How about that? 20 yards. Got out of there with a par. Really wish that drive would have worked out. That'd have been nice. Looks like you got a little 90-yard shot here. Little bit of wind, pretty negligible all around. It would be a birdie. It's a birdie look, but you're not gonna sink this putt ever. Maybe one time out of 50. "13 feet. Okay, close. Take your par and go to the next hole. All right, 18 is a 400 or 350 yard par 4. Scoring opportunity, maybe, maybe not, it's hard to say. Let's just get into the landing area here. Buck 17 to the pin. We're going to be playing slightly left of the pin. Let's get tight and see if we can get a birdie here. If not, we'll be done. We'll be done. That was fat, so let's see where it goes. Okay, let's chip up. Uh, 20. Yep. Ball's gonna go up over this hump and want to roll out pretty good, so just kind of keep that in mind. I don't know how much rollout it's going to have. Not enough rollout. It actually stopped on the back of a hill. Things you don't see on a regular golf course. So we're going to take a bogey here. Looks like we're going to finish 7 over for the round. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay, there's your finishing putt. We almost sank it. Not a bad scorecard. We had a real rough first hole, right? We went 3 over on the first hole, and then we had a pretty good round. So we'd have been a few strokes lower, but the first hole, Rick rolled us pretty good. It's 5:45 local time. It looks like we've gone 7 over par, which is a pretty good score. Not really a very good score on a 5,700 yard course, but I digress. Breaking 80 is good for me. Let's look at stats. 11 pars, 1 birdie, and then you only had this 1 double plus here. The round was 50 minutes, my apologies. 9 greens, 6 fairways. 263 was the longest drive that stayed on the fairway, and 141 miles an hour was the ball speed of the longest drive that stayed on the fairway. But there you have it, guys. Let's bust back out to the GS Pro splash screen, start shutting down the simulator. If you guys have any last minute questions, let me know. If you don't have any questions now and you think of something later, feel free to get a hold of me in the chat or by whatever means you want to get a hold of me. Let's shut down here. I tried running at 1440p in the last round. That did not work. It looked real bad. Shut down the old button box. This ball's looking a bit beat up. Shut off the pin lights. Shankenbirdie says, have a good night. You have a good night too, sir. If nobody has anything else, this is Turbo Talon Golf, aka Shelby Iverson, signing out for the night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.